What is good, YouTube? We're back with episode 9 of the one model that you need. This is going to be one of the last videos, and it is going to be going over the exact entry model to use with this model. Right? So, looking at this is literally all you're going to need. Okay, so going over the first one, is there news? Before any day, you want to understand, is there high impact news at 8:30, 10 a.m.? Sometimes there's 9:45 news. So you always want to understand, is there news today? And if there is, what you're going to do. All right? And if you don't understand how to trade with news, go watch one of the episodes before. Right? After that, you want to look for our 4-hour profile. All right? Now, if you don't know what any of this is, I have a video on literally all of these, right? So after that, after we figure out the 4-hour profile, we're going to look for a 1-hour or a 30-minute swing point in the direction that we want to see get traded in the opposing direction. So if we're bearish, we want to see a swing high be put in. If we are bullish, we want to see a swing low get put in. All right? After that, we have to have SMT, and then we look for a second stage SMT to confirm our bias. All right? And then after we have all of this, we look for our 3-minute change in delivery or order block continuation. All right, so coming into our first example here, we do not have any red folder news on this day. All right, now what can we see from this chart, right? We're at all-time highs. We just took out external liquidity. So what can we reprice to? We can reprice into internal range liquidity, right? So what do we want to see on the 4-hour chart? We want to see us put in a reversal candle and then have our 10 a.m. continuation. So what do we get here? We get our reversal candle, right? So 6 a.m. comes up, takes out the 2 a.m. high, and closes back inside the range of that 2 a.m. candle. Okay, so now we have what our 6 a.m. profile is. We are bearish. We want to see us reprice back into internal range liquidity after taking out external range liquidity. Okay, so heading down to the 1-hour chart, we can see that we have put in a 1-hour reversal candle at 9 a.m. Right, so we come up, we take out this high, and we close back inside. Now, what's another thing that happened in the overnight session, right? We never really manipulated price. Okay, so if we turn on these session boxes, we can see Asia made this slight move higher, London expanded higher, and then we accumulated here to expand higher again. So we don't have any manipulation in price to the downside, so there's no reason for us to try to long this whenever we aren't expecting price to continue in expansion, right? Because whenever we have expansion, we have to have a retracement, right? So here, expansion, consolidation, this is what we'd want to see, manipulation to then reprice the internal range liquidity. Now heading down to the 30-minute, we can see the 30-minute has put in a reversal candle at 9:30. Now if we head down to the 15, we actually, is this ES? Yes. We actually put in an SMT, right? So we have SMT with this high here. Okay, so this candle is this candle, this candle is this candle. So we have an SMT, right? Now if we take a look at the YM, we can see the same thing, right? YM was continuing to go higher, and we put in another SMT right there. All right, so heading down to the 3-minute, we have our reversal candle. We have everything that we need. We have our 4-hour profile. We have a 30-minute swing point. Wait, what are these? Oh, these are the 30 and 1-hour swing points, right? So right here's our SMTs. Right here's an SMT. NQ gets a change in delivery here. Right? Or you can just use this up close, because this is the up close that created the SMT. It doesn't really matter which one you use because we're expecting bearish PA anyways, right? So we get our closure here, and then 10 a.m. opens up, and we are expecting 10 a.m. to continue the distribution to internal range liquidity, right? So we can't take our entry all the way up here anymore because we get an order block continuation, right? This up close becomes our order block continuation right here. So we take our entry, we risk off the order block high, and we target the internal range liquidity, or just our strict 2R, right? So right there, bang, we get that. Now, if you missed this entry, right here, we get another order block continuation. Now, another thing, if you miss these entries up here, we put in another SMT with a YM coming back down, right? So we're trading off of a 30-minute swing high on the YM. Right here is the SMT. Right here is our order block formation. We can just put it right there. Oops. Right there is our order block formation. Boom. You can risk off like right here. Now this is not going to be a full 2R, right? We are just expecting a repriced internal range of liquidity, and we get right here. Do we get to 1.5R? Yeah, we do deliver to a 1.5R. So if you are very late into this move, you're not going to get your full 2R, and you can't expect to whenever we've already expanded this much. All right. Now coming over to the ES, we can see Thursday came up on the daily chart. Okay, we're on the daily on this. Came up, took out Monday, took out intra-week high, right? So we made a new high of week, and we put in our reversal candle, right? So we're expecting a Friday continuation, and we have this low down here acting as a sell side objective, and this low, right? This becomes a lower time frame sell side objective. And we have a small wick put in. So this wick supports expansion. So heading down to the 4-hour chart, we have 2 a.m. expansion and a 6 a.m. expansion, right? So when 2 a.m. and 6 a.m. expand like this, 10 a.m. is most likely not going to expand as much. So we can go down to the 1 hour, right? So looking at the 1 hour, 2 a.m. has expanded, so we're expecting a 6 a.m. continuation of 2 a.m. All right, so looking at the 1 hour, we have a 1 hour fair value gap acting as a key level, and we put in an SMT with the NQ at this high. Now 8 a.m. puts in a reversal candle. Looking at the news on this day, we have NFP at 8:30. So once we go down to the lower time frame, you guys will see the 8:30 manipulated because we put in this SMT inside of a key level, and then we have 10 a.m. news. So if 8:30 manipulates, we can expect a 10 a.m. distribution. Okay. Taking a look here on the 30-minute chart, we can see that we take out this previous candle high, close back inside. Now I can't go down to the lower time frame to show you guys because I can't go back that far on the other asset, but we put in an SMT at this high, NQ takes this high, and YM fails to take this high at 9:30, right? So there's our second stage SMT. Now if we head down to the 3-minute, we can see that the 3-minute had our change in delivery right here. This candle trades up into a fair value gap and this change in delivery, so this becomes our second order block. Right here before open, we get our move higher, hitting this order block right here, and we do not trade above this high, and we start to get our distribution lower, right? So once 8:30 manipulates, we can expect a 9:30 expansion with 10 a.m. continuation. 10 a.m. opens up, we get extremely close to this draw, and then we start to retrace back higher, and then we finally hit the draw down here at the afternoon session, right? So we get our manipulation right here with this SMT with news at 8:30 right here, make the move lower, create equal lows, make the swing higher, putting in our SMT inside of a 1 hour gap. We put in our change in delivery, this up close trades into it, and then we trade back into this up close right here before open, and 9:30 gives us our expansion lower because 8:30 has manipulated. So you can take your, I mean, they're basically at the same spot. You can risk off up here at first, and then once we close below here, you can risk off here, go for your 2R, wherever that is. Right here, we have that sell side, and then all the way down here, holy 66 points. All right, So right there, another example. Taking a look over here at the YM on September 10th, you guys can see we have core PPI at 830. So if 830 manipulates, we can expect a 930 and 10 expansion. So up here, we take out all these equal highs, dig above it right there. 6 a.m. puts in a reversal candle. Looking at the ES and the YM, we put in an hourly SMT right here, and we have sell side resting here. So we have our manipulation, and we have our 4-hour profile as a reversal profile, and now we have our SMT. Heading down to the 30-minute, if we take a look again, if we take a look again, we can see we have our second stage SMT. So we have this high and this high being SMT'd. Now, once we go down to the 3-minute, boom, 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 boom. All right. So 830 did what? Manipulated higher. So we can expect 930 to start the distribution lower. So 930 opens up here. We make our move lower. We trade higher into a fair value gap. Boom. We get our closure below these up closes. So these are going to be our order block. All right. Now, we didn't put the second stage SMT in yet. So this is why you see this deeper retrace higher, right? So if you took your entry here, boom, and then your TP down at this low is not quite a 2R, but a little lower is, that would have been totally okay. But if you waited for our second stage SMT, we get our order block formation here. And now your risk becomes a lot smaller, right? You can risk off this high or this high. Doesn't matter, it's up to you. A 2R becomes this low right here, and then your full TP can be all the way down here, right? So it doesn't matter if you took your entry on these up closes, it's just lower probability because we didn't put in that second stage SMT quite yet. And then you see once we get that second stage SMT, we get the distribution, right? So that's what I mean whenever I say the second stage SMT is, it's the best SMT it's the best SMT possible, right? Because once we put in the first SMT, we can start the expansion, but the second stage SMT will give you the real expansion, right? So you guys can see we start it right here, but then we have a deep retrace, put in a second SMT, and you probably were thinking in this move higher, I'm going to get stopped. But we have this SMT here, so we shouldn't run this high. If we are truly going lower, we shouldn't run this high. That's why I'm saying it doesn't matter if you put your stop at this high and entered here, because you still can hit your 2R. It's just the second stage SMT is usually going to give you your real distribution. Taking a look at gold on the daily chart, we can see we have this buy side here, and we had all-time highs all the way up here. All right, and we have expanded this entire time. We put in a swing low over here, and we kept expanding. But what do you notice with this candle and this candle, right? These are smaller expansions. So we're looking for deeper and bigger runs on price, right? So this is a nice expansion, and this is a nice expansion, right? So how can you understand if we are going to be trading like that, right? So heading down to the 4-hour, we can see that we got support off this fair value gap. So now we are expecting price to start running towards all-time highs, right? So we actually do not put in an SMT here, and we do not have a reversal candle here. Now, this is what I said in my previous videos. You always want to be blending the 1 and the 30-minute chart, because we are already expecting higher, because all-time highs is the obvious draw on liquidity, right? So even if we don't put in an SMT, you still can try to trade it towards all-time highs and the obvious draw on liquidity. Excuse me, hold on. Okay, right? So how are you going to understand if we are going to continue to go higher, right? So if we take a look down here at this lower time frame chart, and we pull up, not silver, euro, what do we notice with this candle here, right? So this is the same low, right? What do we notice here? We put in a reversal candle with SMT, right? So we can say this is going to be protected, but we need our second stage. What happens right here at open? Actually, this isn't open. Sorry, this is open somewhere in here. We put in another SMT. So here's our second stage SMT. Right here and right here. So if we go down to the 30-minute, now we have to blend the 30-minute to support higher. What happens? We have a consolidation candle, and we have a run on the low, and a closure above. So this is our reversal candle. We have buy side here, which is going to be the easiest draw. So if we head down to the 3-minute, right here's the run on that low. Right here's our second stage SMT. And right here's our change in delivery. Bang, taps it. Order block continuation. Order block continuation. And then we deliver to the buy side. Right? So do you guys see how even if we don't have a strict 4-hour profile like this, right? Because if I pull up Euro, you guys can see we don't have an SMT on that low. If I go to GBP, you can see we don't have an SMT on that low. So do you understand how you can blend the 1 hour and the 30-minute to support our bias even if there's not a strict 4-hour profile? I thought this was a great example to do because we didn't have a strict profile on this day. But once you look for SMT at a low and then our second stage SMT at a low, you can then identify the bias and not need that 4-hour profile, right? Now for the last example, we have oil, right? I went over all the assets that I trade, and I made sure that we had news on oil on this day, right? So taking a look here, we'll just take this back. Taking a look here at oil, we had this high here, and we actually just had all these resting highs here, right? So, oops, not that. So we had this 4-hour fair value gap, and we put in a 6 a.m. reversal candle, right? So we took this low, and we actually took out this high, but we are in a higher time frame key level, okay? So heading back down, what do we notice with HO? HO makes a lower low at 10 a.m. Okay, so right here's our SMT. Heading down here, what happens here at 10? We take out this hourly low. So we now have a candle that took out the candle's low, and we have a 6 a.m. reversal, and we are expecting 10 a.m. continuation to the high. And we now have 9 a.m. or 10 a.m. taking out 9 a.m.'s low. If we head down to the 30, we can see the same thing happened here at 10:30. We take out this 10 a.m.'s low, and we close back inside for our reversal candle. Right now, if you watched my previous SMT video, I said that we do not need a second stage SMT. I don't think we have one either. RB. The 11 and 11:30 has a 11 and 11:30 up here, right? So we can see if there was a setup up here. But the reason you don't need second stage SMT on oil is because once oil gets the setup, it's usually just going to expand, okay? So you don't need your second stage SMT on oil. So right here is when we take out that hourly low, put in our SMT, and this is the 4-hour profile, right? So we make the move lower, we put in our change in delivery, right? So boom, put in our change in delivery with a fair value gap. So in this case, you can just enter on the fair value gap, right? So it would look something like this. TP at this buy side, and bang, delivers, right? Now, I said that we had this second stage SMT. So if you waited for the second stage SMT, let's see, 11:12. Okay, so that's an SMT fill. So right here we have two SMTs. So if you waited for the second stage, we have an SMT with a 30-minute low, and we have an SMT right here. We get our order block continuation, comes down, taps it, you can have your stop at the low and target a 2R. You're not going to go for anything higher than 2R because it's already lower-ish probability because we already took the buy side, right? But once oil trends, bro, it trends, right? But you guys see the 4-hour profile, the 1-hour swing point, the 30-minute swing point, the change in delivery, fair value gap entry, delivers to the buy side. And like I said, this isn't even new. This isn't the news, right? 1030 is the news, and that's what makes this move lower. This is just a random move. That's what I mean when we don't need that second stage SMT, because oil just goes, dude. So this is the entry model, right? It's very simple, it is repeatable, and it is simple, right? So that is gonna wrap up pretty much the series. Dude, honestly, I hate doing backtesting sessions, but maybe I'll do one for next week, right? Just because this is episode 9, and I think it'd be cool just to have a 10 episode series. So maybe I will do it. Maybe. We'll see. All right. But I hope you guys enjoyed the series. This is the literal only model that you need. Okay. So if you guys haven't watched all the other videos and you're confused about some stuff, just go rewatch the playlist, right? Just go to my playlist, the one model to change your life, the only model you need. I don't remember what I named it, but it's in there. You'll see it. It's literally super short. It is 9 episodes. So if you don't have it's probably like 2.5 hours altogether. If you don't have 2.5 hours to watch some videos over the course of a couple days, then I don't know what to tell you. But that is going to wrap up the series basically. So if you guys have any questions about anything, just hop into the Discord, and I'll see you guys in another video. Peace.